and that means that I'm really working on the community program. So that's a lot of engaging with local communities who are affected by FGM, primarily in London, but also in the wider, I guess, community in the UK. But I also do support work as well. So that's one-to-one support with women who've been affected by FGM. And also I sit in with families who have come through social services or other kind of referrals, and support them in terms of what their needs are, trying to help them understand what the UK system is like. Because a lot of the times these are men and women who are not used to really the UK. And you know, they have a lot of stigma, maybe negative opinions about social services and local authorities. So we've got to be able to kind of explain to them that you know, that when it comes to safeguarding, you know, it's not just parents who are responsible, but it's actually you've got other people who are there as well, and it's okay. You know, it's okay, and we're there to help them understand that. But ultimately, we're there to safeguard little girl who has come through that referral.
And what's their response like as soon as they learn that you are someone that they can speak to?
Generally, I mean, at first it's just a bit of hostility, you know, just because then they don't know who we are. But because we are very much holistic in the terms of our approach, and because we understand the culture as well. A lot of African cultures are very different. Even the way that we just do things normally is very different. And when they come to us, you know, we ensure them that, first of all, there's confidentiality, and that what they say to us, yes, there's some aspects we can share with the people who referred them to us. But if they've come, like, say, self-referral, then that confidentiality clause is there. And so we put them in a safe space where they're able to first identify with us. And also they understand that, you know, it is a safe space that they can talk about how they feel about what has happened. You know, that's a lot of the time that's the first question. So they become relaxed, and generally by the end they come to understand, you know, what FGM is. And it seems like quite a weird thing, but you know, when you've grown up and you know one culture, you don't realize other people as well maybe practicing the same thing. So they understand kind of the wider context of what FGM is and the law and how to safeguard in terms of being in the UK. So it's received like much better by the end of like the couple of sessions that we've had with them. Yeah.
And how important is it to have sessions like this in the evening to spread awareness?
It's so important. It's really important that we are not just working in the office, that we actually go out into the wider spaces, because people don't often know what FGM is. Some people are very afraid to engage with the topic on FGM, so we have to be able to kind of put a softer approach. So today about Musicians Unite Against FGM, it's something that people are familiar with, people love music. We had Corey Harris, that was amazing because he's such a phenomenal musician, and so people would gravitate towards him and the other artists, and in that space we can have the conversation around FGM. So a lot of the times it's about creating that, you know, safe space for people to actually be okay with talking about this issue. And you never know, like there was one video the video that we watched earlier said that your friend might be affected by it and you just don't know. So it's always good to be aware of other people's culture, and we live in a very cosmopolitan society. You have to know, you have to be open to know about different cultures and different ways of doing things.
Great. And what events are coming up in future that people can know about?
So for music, there's a Saturday at Nails Jazz and Blues venue, which is Corey Harris and the band. They're doing a full gig, like the whole band is doing a full gig. And I know that there's a Tours Asia Fellowship that the applications did close, but that's another empowerment program for young women, and that's going to entail a lot of different enrichment programs, and they'll be mentored as well, and by the end they'll have their own projects. So that's between the Africa program and the youth program. So that's from what I know up until March. But anything else, then keep in touch with Twitter, Facebook, our website, and just find out about the events through that way.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, make sure everyone to keep in contact with you, and then hopefully we can spread awareness more. Yeah.
All right. Brilliant.
Perfect.
Thank you very much. Thank you.